All right, so we are live. So welcome everyone. I am Bridget Bartlett. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly group coaching session. I do want to show you all how to get access to this coaching session if you are a member. Also how you can join if you are not a member. Let me go ahead and let some people in here. Share my screen. Okay, here we go. So, if you would like to join our program, today is our weekly group coaching, so it is for members only. But if you would like to become a member, you can join as a client or a high-level affiliate. You can choose the options there. If you do decide to become a client, you will get access to our dashboard and all of the resources that you can see clicking here. They are different resources according to whether you want to resell HighLevel and sign up as an affiliate, or if you maybe already have HighLevel, or you just wanted to resell our white label AI ads manager and take part in our program, you can join as a client. So if you're a client, you have access to our dashboard. You'll see if you go to the community tab here, you'll see all of the discussions. And every time we go live Monday through Friday, you'll always see the post here. If you go into the learning tab, you'll also see the additional courses. And you'll also see that I did add additional courses to the membership area. So, and I just want to bring your attention to the courses because I always practice what I preach, right? So you know that over the last several weeks, we've been working on a high-level overview series. And so I've literally gone through each of the tabs and talked in depth about each of the tabs and all of the tools available in there. We're actually almost done with this. So I've put all of those videos together and I created a course. Okay. This is really what I encourage you guys to do, because when you're going live with your content, it's still great content and you want to be able to reuse that. So if you plan your content ahead of time, it allows you to create a series or a course. So you're building the course while creating the live content. Okay. So that's how you want to really be efficient with your time. If you're like me, you know that I don't, and I talk about this all the time. I don't want to take the time to have to um, shoot the video and then edit the video and then do all of those things to be able to go live, because I would never do it. Manola, did you have a question?
Yeah, but you can finish. I'm not on the rush.
Oh, that's cool. I wanted to make sure you could hear me because I was thinking, I see Manolo's hand up. Maybe he can't hear me. But two, if you had a question about this, certainly I can ask.
No,
Or
no, I
we
don't have
can
a
wait.
question about that. I like the whole thing, and I'm glad that you put it on a series because I have been putting it on a series independently
Uh,
because I'm gonna follow that. But
yeah.
uh wanted to ask you a question, and to do that, I think it's best if I share my screen.
Okay. Well, wait until
Okay,
if you have a question regarding something else, wait just a
something
second.
else. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Thank you.
go through this. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you could definitely hear me or see if you had something relevant to this. So if you guys are interested in checking all of that out, and you can see if you click here and we talk about, the whole course, it's literally dashboard, conversations, calendars, and so on. Okay. So I really go in depth through all that. Of course, if you don't want to check that out, you can always go to my YouTube channel, but it is easier to find here. Also, if you guys missed that, the workshop that I did with HighLevel last week about creating and automating your coaching community, I also share like my 4-hour workday here. So if you're interested in learning all of that, you can check out that and the bonuses that came with that here in the membership area. Now, if you are a HighLevel affiliate and you have used my affiliate link and you want to get access to the membership area, or if you're a HighLevel affiliate and it's easier for you, maybe you signed up as a client, but it's easier for you to just log into the membership area because you have your own dashboard. You can click affiliates and then you'll get access to the external link. So this is the same community, nothing is different. It's just that since you have your own HighLevel agency, you don't need access to our dashboard. So you have access to our community where you can import everything that you need to. So if you're a client, you want to do the client onboarding and this is going to help you get onboarding inside of our agency. And if you're a high-level agency, you can do this onboarding here. Okay, so walk through the steps of setting all of that up. Something else that I did want to share with you guys, and let me make sure that no one's waiting. Yes, Janai. Zoom makes it so hard to see people waiting in the waiting room when you're screen sharing. Okay. So something else that I did want to bring your attention to, I am so beyond excited about this new release for the social planner in HighLevel. So you'll see here, I have all of my social networks connected. I mean, really, this is insane, the amount of social networks that you can connect to your account. A lot of social planners will limit what you can connect. And you'll see here that now we have YouTube. So now we can post. That's so exciting. I can't even stand it. But now we can post to YouTube and YouTube Shorts. Okay. So it didn't used to be that we could post to that. So now we have the ability to post to Google My Business, our Facebook business pages, Instagram, LinkedIn personal profile, and your business page for LinkedIn if you have one, X, which used to be Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and now we can post to YouTube the videos and the short form. Okay. All you need to do to connect your YouTube account is click here and you're going to go to add, and then you're just going to click YouTube, and then you're going to go ahead and choose your YouTube account. When you want to create a post, you're just going to click here, create new post. You're going to choose your YouTube account, which I absolutely love this so much because I have been outsourcing my short form video creation. And so when I have my VA come in here to schedule those posts to TikTok and to Instagram and Facebook, he has to manually go to my YouTube channel to post the reels. Now, all of that can be done from YouTube, which is also great because it eliminates the need to give someone permission to your YouTube channel. So if you want, you definitely want to keep all of your permissions like as locked down as possible. But when you have a VA or something like that, all you need to do is give them access to your social planner. You connect all of those accounts, and then they can post to all of your networks. So this is super cool. You can see when you select YouTube, you can choose a regular video or a short form video here. And if you're unfamiliar with YouTube, the short form videos are just like TikTok. So you want to keep it like under 60 seconds. But here's what's great about this. Okay, first, you do have the ability for the follow-up comment, because that's awesome, especially on short form videos, because you can put in the description, check the first comment in the description for the link to the full length video. Okay, so if you are sharing you're using that long form video, you can actually create short form video from that. That way you're not constantly creating content. Okay, now, I did talk about this a little bit in open office hours about short form video. How you guys know I go live Monday through Friday. What I do every single Friday is we order short form videos. And I say we because I just want to kind of walk you through this process so that you guys can understand how awesome this is. And it's completely like automated. Okay. First of all, there are lots of AI tools that you can use to create your short form videos, but none of them is going to be better than someone who creates short form videos for a living. Okay. So just to go ahead and address that right away. But you can see here that I actually use Zapier. I want to walk you through what happens every single Friday when I add a video to YouTube. Okay. Because I want you to see like full view of this process and how you can incorporate these steps into your business. Okay, so we have, and let me make sure that no one is wanting in. Okay, cool. So we have the very first step is I am going to put this video in a playlist. So I talked to you when I did that workshop with HighLevel. I talked to you about, adding the RSS feed either of your YouTube channel or a playlist. When you do the playlist, you have more control over it. So for example, I don't want to just say every time I add a video to my YouTube channel, I want to do these automations, because I only want to do do the weekly Q&A. I don't want to do the Monday through Thursday lives, and I don't want to do any short form videos that I'm uploading. So every time that I put a video or I create an event and I put it in this specific playlist, it's going to trigger these automations, okay? So these automations and this workflow, if you're unfamiliar with Zapier, is basically just like high-level workflows. We start them off with a trigger, and then now we start building out what we want to happen when we do this action. So in this workflow, what happens is I create the event in YouTube, I add it to a playlist. Okay, now that's really simple. Once you create your video, first you do create or upload a video or go live, schedule it. And then, of course, you have your video here and you can just do add to playlist. Okay, so I have a playlist called Friday Q&As. And when I add that video to the playlist, all of these things happen without me having to do anything. So I use ClickUp for project management that I give access to my VA to ClickUp. And the reason that I use ClickUp over HighLevel is it's just more advanced, right? With HighLevel, you can create tasks and that would be fine. But I actually want the ability to create tasks and then subtasks within that task. And right now in HighLevel, we don't have the capability of doing that. So it depends on however you want to use that. Those are really the main differences of why I use ClickUp as opposed to just using the high-level task option. Okay. The next step is when I add that video, I created the task in ClickUp, which notifies my VA that I want him to post the content that I put in the video to our communities. Okay, so within that community, we have, I also have posts to the YouTube community. I also have posts to the Vision Resellers group, which is our members. Also, we post that to the free community and then also post it to the Certified Partners group. Okay, so these are manual actions, but here in Zapier, I'm creating a task and a subtask for my VA so he gets notified and then all of his tasks are ready for him and easy to follow every day. Okay, so he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't have to tell him. I don't have a checklist. If there's anything that I need to change as far as our processes are, I just come right in here to Zapier. I change the process and then it will update automatically. Okay, so the next time it'll have the new instructions there. So you'll see here, the another subtask is for the short form video. Okay, so here I'm saying go to Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr is where you can see if we just search short, let's do short video. You'll see that there are tons and tons and tons of freelancers who will create short form video from your long form video. Okay, so you can scroll through here. When I'm choosing someone from Fiverr, I want to see their reviews. I want to see their budget. I want to click on and see, let's see, am I in here as a seller? I want to see, let's go, short form. Oh. So I want to see the reviews. I want to see like a demonstration of something that they've already done. Like if I click on here, I can see, okay, this is Danielle. Here's her profile. Here's different gigs that she's done. If I want to click on this gig right here, I can see all of the, like, here's what she offers, right? This, I guess she's doing voiceovers here. But what you want to do is just choose the gig that's going to work for you. There's not just short form video, you guys. There's so many things. So don't ever, like, for example, if I just wanted to look for a logo, I can find someone to create a logo for me super cheap. It does look like they did like an update here. And so it kind of looks a little different from what I'm used to seeing in here. But same thing, you're just going to find the person that you want to hire. Okay, so how it typically happens, they all have different criteria and different things that they ask for. So you just go to the profile here. Let's say, where are the gigs? Okay, logo design. So I can see here everything that she offers. I can also see the packages. I can choose the package that I want. I always recommend contacting the person before You place the gig that way. You make sure that they understand what you're doing and you understand the gig, and you're going to get everything that you want. Because if you order this and then you decide it's not what you want, that really hurts them. It hurts their completion rate and all kinds of other things. So you just want to, if you're unclear at all, just contact them. And every time I work with a new person, I always contact them anyway, because I want to make sure that, everything is exactly as I expect. But you can see here, 4 logos. I mean, they're doing all of this, $290. At least you have a basic knowledge of what you need. But a lot of times, logos, you can get someone to create it for like $5. Okay. So my VA being, you also, something else I just wanted to show you. When you have when you have your account for Fiverr, you have the ability to create projects, and then you can add your VA to the projects, and they'll be able to like purchase gigs and all of that using your account. Okay, so from that point, we, of course, one of the subtasks is short form video. So the VA will take the info, and I'm sharing all of this info directly from the YouTube video. It's literally just taking the description and the link and all of that and sharing it all here so that he literally can just copy and paste to the different communities. And then also for the short form video, like you'll see if I go in here, it has all the description, so I can pull in the YouTube video. We're doing 5 short form videos. We have the gig and so on. Okay. Now, the next thing is the event in the Google Calendar. So you guys go to bridgetbartlett.com/events. You'll see that I have a Google Calendar here. And every time I go live, it will actually update the calendar. Like you can see here, was yesterday's training where we talked about high level overview. It will actually take all of that info from the YouTube video, and it will create an event or actually find the event and then update the event in my Google Calendar. So now all of that training, if you go there to the link, like you can go all the way back to June and you can see all of the different trainings that we've done there, and it'll take you directly to the YouTube video. So then the next thing that we do as well is download the YouTube video once we've gone live. And then what we do, and this is just a SEO thing that my SEO guy recommended, but when your live stream is over, it helps your SEO. It helps you to get more views. If you download the video, you can cut off, like what I do is cut off the intro where it's like the live countdown timer, and then save it as something different, like the title of your video, and then upload it again. So you can see here, if you look at my live streams, these are all the live stream videos that we've done. But a lot of times what people will do is never go to live stream. They'll always go to the videos tab. And I've had people say, "Oh, I see you don't upload videos a lot." But it's like, I'm live 5 days a week. But it's because they go to the videos tab. So you can kind of like make this double duty by going live and showing all of these here, and then just editing that a little bit, re-uploading the video, so that you can try to get more views and get your video found more. Okay. It also helps with the replay value to not have that, the countdown timer at the beginning. Okay. And then, of course, I just added another step in here to respond to comments and questions and things like that inside of our community. Okay. So that's the whole gist of how I do the create the short form videos and just completely outsource the whole project. So I never, like today, we are live for our weekly Q&A session. This video has already been sent through and created all of the tasks and subtasks inside of ClickUp. And then also my VA is already aware. He's already ordered the new videos. And then, of course, when those videos are completed, then he will upload those to the planner. And now he doesn't need to do the YouTube shorts separately. He can actually just do them all now in the social planner. So I am super, super, super excited about that. Manolo, I'll go ahead and take your question.
I didn't mean to rush you at all.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, going back, I got 2 questions. Going back to the widget that you presented with the new features, let me share so we could understand everything correctly. Sharing. Okay. When I'm going to share, when I'm going to create the widget and I have to go here to generate leads and connect, it's going to ask me for one of my domains. But this is only if the domain is outside my Go High Level platform. Is that correct?
No, that's basically just a step that is kind of a easier step, I guess, than just going right to your website and then toggling on the chat widget.
My question
Like,
being is
go
because
ahead
I
and
have,
type in a website address.
okay, so let's say I have this website address here, okay? And it
So
won't ever take it at the beginning. I have to close
yeah, you
here.
have to add the URL, not just the domain.
No, I just go back and forth and then it takes it. That's all.
Yeah, you have to add the whole URL, not just the domain.
Well, it's gonna take it. But all it's gonna do is gives me instruction here, assuming it's outside uh, the Go High Level platform. Am I right? Because if it's inside the Go High Level platform, I don't need to do any of this. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because if
So,
go ahead.
um, so when you add that in there, yeah, if it's not inside of, honestly, there, I don't even use that, and I don't even tell people to use that. Let me
Okay,
just show you
so
a different way
this
because,
is what I found out. If
yeah,
my website is inside the Go High Level platform, I could create as many widgets as I want to and assign them to my websites in Go High Level. Okay.
it doesn't, yeah, you don't have to have, this is why I wanted to show you this, but you don't have to have the chat widget connected to a high level website. Okay. When you go to your chat widget and you set it all up, if you want it embedded into a website outside of high level, you grab the code and then you embed it into that website. If you want it to be inside of high level, you just go to the website inside of high level that you want your chat widget to be on, and then you go to the settings here, and then you just select it from the drop-down menu what chat widget you want to connect it to.
Yeah, that's correct. And I could create as many and put it on as many websites. But my step that I was talking about is when you go to the dashboard, to the launch pod, and that's only for websites outside of high level.
I mean, I haven't used that in so long. That's why I said to test it because I don't, they may have updated it
Yeah,
since,
because
but
it only gives me
it's not
instructions
for,
for websites outside of high level. Because if it's on high level, I just connect it directly.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that it matters. It's just going to route you to whatever your website is. So if it's not on high level, it's going to tell you how to embed the code. And if it is on high level, it's going to tell you how to go to add it.
Mhm. I understand. I understand. And that's what I wanted to clarify because I went to the launch pad and I realized I have different websites where I could put this widget. It's really good. The whole setup is really good. And I could assign one widget for each one of my websites and go high level. But I
Yeah.
don't need to do the launchpad connection because they're all in high level.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, even if it was in high level, you could still embed the code into the website just like you could any other website. So the only thing that makes it different with high level is just it's easier because you can just instead of embedding the code, you just toggle that switch on in the
Okay,
set.
that part I didn't get it because if I have to embed the code and choose the widget on the Go High Level website,
No,
that's the I
it's
didn't
one or no, you don't need to embed the code on a high level website because you just toggle it on.
just toggle it on. Just choose the
Yeah.
widget on that website. That's it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now going back to the Zoom session we're talking about, then you talked about creating the magic link. Okay. That was pretty good. But my question is, even though I create a magic link that is gonna be permanent and I'm gonna change the Zoom links whenever I need to change it, am I updating that link every week?
So
That's
it's
two
not a
links.
magic link. Okay. I just want to clarify because there is a thing called magic link.
Oh,
And
the
so,
redirect, the redirect.
so when you create, let's say it's manolozoom.com or manolo.com/Zoom. Let's say
Mhm.
that's your Zoom link. The only time that you need to update that is when you update the Zoom link.
Okay, but you have two links. You have the weekly and the Fridays. So how do you generate two links for different meetings and make it permanent?
You just create two domains.
Create two domains.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be like manolo.com/Zoom daily
Mhm.
or manolo.com/Zoom weekly.
Weekly. Okay.
I mean, if you want to, I mean, it's just whatever two links that you want to create.
All right. So I could keep that page permanently, and eventually, if I need to update it, just change the redirect.
Yeah, anytime that you need to change, once you create a URL to redirect to, you
Mhm.
just change the link wherever it's redirecting. You just go and edit and then change wherever you want it to redirect.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You have a great day.
You're welcome. You too. Janai, how are you?
Hello, hello. I'm great. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Um, okay, my question, what was it? Okay, so you said with the VA you use ClickUp, but what if you don't have a VA and you're doing your just getting started with the uploading the shorts and using the content and all that. So what would be the like steps inside of
You mean if you just wanted to create tasks for yourself, like using the same automation? I mean,
right?
because
Would you really need the Zapier because it's already inside HighLevel? I'm not giving it to anybody. So that's why I'm just trying to clear up like what's really needed if you're doing it yourself.
so you would definitely um I mean, if you just want to do it yourself, you could just essentially create a list, right? Like a little checklist using Google Sheet. If you wanted to use Zapier, though, so that it takes all, because when you do like the automations, right? Like I use Zapier, it changes and it makes all the information dynamic. So if I post a video that's like how to create custom fields, and in the description, I'm like, here's how you create custom fields. It's so great. And here are all the benefits and da 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 da. And if you want to sign up, here's my link and here's the link to the video and all that, right? So that would be all like custom for that video. So if I want to take that information and I want to send it somewhere like the Google Calendar and all the tasks and all of that stuff, then I want to use like Zapier so that it pulls in that information and then even if I was doing this myself, I would still want those automations and I would still create the task the task for myself so that I could stay on top of the things. Because what happens is, even when for the longest time I used a Google Sheet, but what happens is because it's not creating a task that you have to check that you've done it, sometimes I just wouldn't do it. So it'd
Right.
be they just get in the way and it's like, okay, I'll just skip over that today because I, had a phone call or whatever it is. So I love the idea of just every day creating those tasks to keep me on task. So even if you're not using a VA, I would still do the same process. But if you and then you still run into the same scenario. So it's like, do you want to create tasks with subtasks, or do you want to just create separate tasks for everything? And then if you just wanted to create separate tasks for everything, you would basically build that same automation, but you would use lead connector, create task instead of ClickUp, create task.
Gotcha. So can you give me a scenario what a task with a subtask would be? Like
So if
what
I said let's say the task is post to communities, and then the subtask would be post to visionary resellers community. Another subtask would be post to free community. And then another subtask would be post to YouTube communities or post to like whatever I needed to manually do.
Okay.
That would be like a subtask.
Yeah, that's powerful right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Charles, you have your hand up.
Hey, this is not gonna be a good one. I need you to I need you to double back for me on it. So I get what you were saying about ClickUp. Basically, what I heard was use ClickUp for SOP creation. That's basically what it translated to me, right? Like,
Kind of like
okay,
a active dynamic SOP that team members can have access to.
okay, okay. And then the with that, you have to use Zapier to
Man, I mean, there are some automations that you could put inside of ClickUp. For example, if let's say that every time I added a new task to this person, I
mhm,
wanted to say, okay, every time a new task is created, also create a list and then create a task and then create a subtask. I mean, I could do
right.
a
Okay.
lot of that stuff in ClickUp, but to be quite honest, um, I just haven't taken the time to learn ClickUp like that. It's
Okay.
one of those learn by necessity.
Yep.
I was able to figure out what I needed to figure out very simply without all the back and forth. And then
Hmm.
I just feel like it's so easy
Hmm.
when I do need to change the processes or, update something to just go right there to the workflow in Zapier and I can easily see the whole picture and not just like the things inside of ClickUp.
Okay, so it's really in Zapier and you're just sending a task to click up. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
you'll see it too. Like if I'm looking in,
Maybe I missed that part, but okay.
I'll show you here. So it's like right like so here is my Zapier workflow. So we have the
Uh,
trigger is add new video to the playlist and then a task in ClickUp. This little symbol is ClickUp.
okay.
We're creating a task in or a task to post to communities. Within that task, we're creating a subtask of YouTube community
Okay.
MVA community, subtask post to free community, subtask post to certified, and then also subtask create a short form video from this video. So all of these are related to that video. But then also this one goes to Google Calendar. So this
Hmm.
step is actually searching my Google Calendar, the one I tell it to search. It's going to find the event from the date that I tell it to find from the video and it's going to update the description of that Google Calendar event so that it has all the info about the training. And then we have two more tasks that are being created in ClickUp as well.
Okay. And sub question kind of sort of related, not really. Communities and groups are the same thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Uh, and then oh, my hand is the only one that's up. You got me now. Um, um, when you mentioned the YouTube in the social media, yay. Does that mean that you go live differently now, or it's still the same process like you talked about in the big 3-day training as far as going live directly from YouTube, even though you have it in the social planner, or we haven't thought that.
So you still, if you want to go live, you still need to go to YouTube and either
Right.
click go live or schedule a live stream. But if you wanted to record a video and upload it. Let's say that on Sundays you just decide, hey, it's so much easier for me to just record these videos because and I used to do this when I had a job too. I would just kind of bulk record videos, like let's
Hmm.
say 5 for the week. And then let's say I do that on Sunday, and then I could use the planner to schedule out those videos so that every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I could post a video to YouTube.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't have to go to YouTube to do it.
Okay.
But The magic, though, first of all, we could never do that. And there's not really a lot of social planners I've found that allow you to post to YouTube Shorts or
Hmm.
even YouTube, but not YouTube Shorts. But now, like what I was saying with the VA thing, when you take that YouTube video and you convert it to short form,
Hmm.
now you just go to the planner, all of the platforms, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and Facebook Reels. You can just schedule all of that at once, and then you could do that as far ahead as you wanted to.
Okay. 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 That's good stuff. Whew. The blog stuff is working really good. I'm getting a lot of good response from that. So
Good, good.
uh,
Charles, nobody else has their hand up. And someone else told me in a private consultation today that they saw your blog and they were really impressed. So you should totally share your blog so that people can see it. Because it's one thing to see what I do, but I
mhm.
love to see what you guys are doing and how differently.
Yeah, no, I mean it blog.charlesptaylor.com. I mean, you definitely check it out. But we're here to learn. And at the end of the day, too, what I can say is it's really you said it a minute ago when we were talking about the whole click up by necessity. I just do literally everything by necessity. It's a lot of great stuff that you talk about, and I'll just write it down or put it to the side. And I've gotten a lot better at that as well too, as far as with my spreadsheets.
Mhm.
Thank you for sending those as well. And it makes, and even video ideas, like I have video ideas, and now it's to the point where I'm so, oh, I got to record this. Oh, I have to record literally everything that I'm doing on the screen, etc., because I know how to turn around and pump it back out for content.
Yeah.
That stuff is really beneficial. And like you said too, it's just really using technology to multiply the number of hands that you have. It's like Megatron. I,
Hmm.
I I don't know any other, or Bumblebee, I don't know any other way to describe that. But yeah, no, so I really appreciate it. But it's just again really about the teaching and being able to take action. So I mean the only advice I can give people is take action. It doesn't have to be perfect. My stuff is not perfect. I just take action, and then I'll fix it.
Yeah. It's
Like,
never perfect.
yeah,
Everything that
yeah,
I do is never perfect.
yeah,
Ever.
yeah.
I don't ever put anything out one single
Mm.
time in my whole life that's been perfect.
Right, right. And it was that issue. There was an issue with the text messages yesterday, and like I got on the call and nobody knew what was going on, and then I figured out how to fix it because I know how to work the system.
Uh-huh.
So I just made a workflow. I recorded it and I sent it to them, and I got a response back a couple minutes ago, and they were like, "Yep, that was good." So that's just
Yeah.
what you gotta do. Yeah.
Well, and that's such a big part of it too, is being able to balance everything because that's really what we're trying to do with automation is we know the things that we need to do, but there's so much and we kind of like add things in and we think we have to automate everything and all of that. We just want to simply streamline our processes and automate the things that we can, and we just have to keep moving forward and keep revising and growing and all of that stuff. But
Mm,
I'm super proud of you, Charles. It's so
mm,
cool. This is such a cool position because I get to
yeah,
see like new people start out and then I get to see like them just thriving and exciting and getting geeked out about
right.
automations like I do. I love it.
Yeah, Bridget was like, "Stop!" In the beginning. I kept emailing. And you're like, "You need to get on the Zooms." I was like, "Okay, I'll get on the Zooms."
I do. It's so
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
answer these types of
yeah.
questions like in an email because
Hmm.
I need to like talk with you and
Hmm.
sometimes I have to ask questions back and forth
Hmm.
or like I need you to share your screen so that I
Hmm.
can see exactly what you're talking
And then when I have a tech issue, I barely have words. All I have is video. I'm annoyed when I have to call in Go High Level and they want me to talk. I'm like, listen, I sent you a recording
about.
of
Right.
everything. Like, watch the record.
I,
Don't talk to me.
it wasn't HighLevel. It was another
Mm,
tool that I was using the other day, and there was an issue with it. And so I, sent a video to support, and then they came right back to me and they're like, Thank you so much for that thorough video because I had the inspect screen open and I
Hmm.
was like, here's
Hmm.
what I'm seeing and all of this stuff. And then they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for
Hmm.
that in-depth video. And then my problem was fixed.
Right.
And that's really the key. It's like, we're not just trying to be overly like considerate and compassionate of support, even though I'm sure they appreciate it. We're also trying to save ourselves a lot of time and frustration. So being able to balance all those things and to say, okay, I just need to record it while I'm trying it. And then that way I don't have to redo the whole thing and then it's just, yeah, all the back and forth. Such a
Sh-
waste.
sh- I don't know what Ant went. I know he had his hand up, but I don't see him. Um,
Man, I was just gonna say, I was gonna give you props on your blog, man. I was all over that. It's good.
oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it,
It's,
and especially coming
yeah,
from you,
you need
bro.
to get that out there. You about to blow up, kid.
Man, it's funny, but Bridget helped me realize that. Like, I mean, and like I said, when I saw how she did the short form, I was like, oh, that's dope. That's I sent it to my cousin. I was like, see, I'm always right.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. I was scrolling through it and I came across it. I was like,
Yeah,
dang,
yeah, 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 yeah. But
it's
and
real good.
and I just really just modeled it after, how, Bridget did it, and then actually where you see the home and all that, that's I had a problem with the navigation bar, and so I've hidden it, and then I sent it to support, and then I recorded me fixing it, making it what it is right now. Those are actual links in it, and so that way that they can know that that's it's still not fixed. Yeah. So all that, that's OBS learning, and you know, um
The fact that you did it, you got it up. That's it.
I mean, uh,
Yeah.
y-
And it looks
I,
so good too.
It does look
It-
good, man.
yeah.
yeah, well, I
Because your
appreciate it.
brand is on point. I love that you have your face up here.
Uh-huh.
It looks very professional. It looks really
Yeah.
You
good.
know what I like about it too is the home gives all of them, all however many you've got posted.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm only interested in life insurance, I can subdivide and
Hmm.
go right there rather
Hmm.
than go stay home and have to
Hmm.
thumb through the things that don't apply to me.
And it's funny you bring that up, Bridget. We were talking about not being able to track on the blog, and so when I came up with that solution, I was thinking to myself this morning, I might not even go back to the original um menu that they have, because I technically could put trigger links there, and then that way I could know, I might not know what article um uh, 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 somebody in the system clicked on, but I could see if they clicked on a header or something like that to get at least some type of information.
Can you put trigger links in and I don't know about the blog. So
Hmm.
again, it's different than a
Me
main
either.
web.
I look, I don't know anything about the blog except for what you.
I know that you can't use trigger links in a funnel yet. I know that
Okay.
I think that's in the ideas board with probably like 9 trillion upvotes because I
Hmm.
have heard that since like my first day of high level, how people want that so much. But what else is cool about this, Charles, is every single article that you
Uh-huh.
have in here can be an email, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
like, here's why you need term or whole life insurance, blah, 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 da da
Hmm.
da da da, info. I actually just wrote a blog and created a video about this, and then you share. So it's like every single blog article is a way for you to contact your list. And of course, you can use the RSS feeds and automatically every time
Yep.
you upload a new blog article, send that. It's also good for networking. So if you go into groups where people would be interested in life insurance or retirement planning or health insurance, and they ask questions about, hey, I'm trying to figure out like how do I sign up with the Affordable Care Act? And you can say, actually, I
Hmm.
just wrote a blog article about this. And now when you share this link, they're not only seeing all the value you provide, but they're seeing the video that you've created. So
Hmm.
they're hearing your voice and they're seeing your face and they're learning. And what do you think the chances are they're going to do one of these things up here?
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, that's the other thing too about necessity. Like, I schedule it based on the conversation because I have conversations all the time. If you see me like not on screen, it's because the phone rung, which is a great thing. Don't get it twisted. The phone rung and I got to take that call. or I got an appointment or whatever. And it's like I've in the appointments, I'll be like, okay, well, I talked about this and that was really great. I need to do a post on that. And I'll just put that to the side. And then that's what those are what the post ideas are. And then at the end of the day, too, like I even have one that's talking about, what to expect in an appointment. Why? Because I'm training them on what to expect during the appointment, so that I can get it done quickly. And, at the end of the day, you get an idea from my personality and things like that. Not just, yeah, I'm gonna help you, but I want to have a good time and, hopefully we get along.
Because it's like someone asks you a question and you're like, oh, I do have the answer for that. Why
Mhm.
don't I answer that one time
Yep.
in a video form?
Yep.
And I can share it and answer to them, but I
Mhm.
can also create a blog. I
Mhm.
can also have this to share with every single other person who asked me this question.
Yep.
And it's not you just typing it out every single time. Even if you typed out all of that information, not nearly as powerful as you telling the person with your own voice, screen sharing things,
Mhm.
simplifying it, because it's a lot. People are more willing to watch a video than they are to
Mhm.
read a big, long
Yeah.
article, especially about something like health insurance.
Right. And I do them all in one take.
Yeah.
And it's like nerve-wracking because I don't know how to do it, and but I know how to talk about it. So you just do what you know, and I just do it in one take, and the response has been very positive for that. So I really appreciate you for that. But like you said, you just have to go out and just take action, small action. Even there are other things that I need to add to it, but I'll do that in time. So I'm just really excited about that and getting out content more or less. That's really the thing. And in my business, I'm used to being face to face and belly to belly. So, that's how we started, way before the pandemic. And it's funny because we're in this tech space now and everybody wants to hide behind the computer screen. And the thought that I had was, well, in my business, you make money by being in front of as many people as possible. So I was like, okay, well, then this provides the opportunity for me to still be in front of people in a virtual environment. And so that's what's really important. And that's how you get out there and grow. And I'm just glad everything was spelled correctly on the blog. That's
You know,
that's it.
it,
That's all I care about. Is it
it
spelled
really
right?
is.
Okay.
Charles, it's because you have the entrepreneur attitude and mindset is why, and
Mhm.
and I do these consultations all the time. I meet people of all different levels in business and experience. And there are people who experience problems because duh, we all have them. No one is free from problems. So especially in business, so you experience problems.
Every day.
There are people who will just literally cave and whine and cry or just do absolutely nothing. And months and years will go by and they're just still in the same spot. But then there are people like you and I, Charles, who are like, I don't care if the end of the world is going to happen in 5 minutes from now, because if I don't get the answer to this question,
Yeah.
I am going to lose my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just have to find the
Yeah.
answer. And that drive to find the answer it's practice
Mhm.
because it never ends. It doesn't matter how much money you're making or how advanced or how many experience you have, how much experience you have in business. There's always going to be problems. You have to have that in you to push through and still, to reach your goals. There's just no way around it. So you may as well start now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's to me, it's gotten to the point where it's fun. Like at first, I mean, like I knew what I needed to do. I knew why I needed to do it. And then I was doing those things and working on those things. And then I sat there and I did a calculation on how many hours I've spent, which is crazy. But then it's like now it's exciting because I know how to, I feel like Neo, like I can see the matrix. It's like, I need to do that. That
Uh,
needs to be automated. And then the other thing too that I can just say is I don't, I, I do the task manually first. Like I do the task manually first to understand what's going on. And then after that, then I'll automate because if I just go and automate something just because I think it's a good idea, it never works.
mhm. Yeah, it
So.
never does.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. Speaking of that, I got a call from the system. I gotta go.
Answer that call.
Yeah.
It's so true, though. It's so true. Yeah, don't you guys don't worry. Just speaking out of automations too. It's like there are times like I think I just know everything sometimes. And even though I know high level very well and I've created so many onboarding courses, it would make my head spin to even try to count them. But every single time that I go to create an onboarding course, there's always something that I have to like redo and recreate. So it's you have to go through the process. And even if I create it, the first few people who go through the process, I'm gonna have to go back and revise things because there's no way that you can foresee, especially with something like a course, like setting things up, like onboarding. There's no way that you can foresee every single question. And sometimes things that make perfect sense to you make zero sense to someone else. And so you have to make sure when you are creating these onboarding courses and these processes that it is easily understood. And the only way that you can do that is just by launching it, just doing the best job that you can do and then launch it and then revise as you go along. This is why I love teaching and empowering you guys with the knowledge as opposed to just doing services. It's like if I wanted to stop coaching and teaching, oh my gosh, the agency that I would have, I'd already be a millionaire, but I also would be miserable. That's not what I want to do. I like working with you guys, you business owners, not the local business who's like, look, I don't want to do all this stuff. I just want you to do it for me. I like working with you guys who are in the trenches who love and geek out over automations like I do. I want to tell Charles how to automate his onboarding process and him get super, super excited instead of telling Bob the plumber, yeah, well, we can just lickety split, make it happen for you. That's what we're gonna do.
As a matter of fact, and that's the funny part too. Like I'm now you speaking about onboarding, like I have to. Well, side note, that call was from the automation sequence. But anyway, they were responding back to that, which is funny. A voicemail drop that I did. But it's funny. I'm working on onboarding right now, but I never like my favorite line is from Rocky Ivan Drago. I do it for me.
Mhm,
Like that's the whole reason why I got into it because I was like, I need this for my business. And
mhm,
then it's like now, other people are reaching out because they're like, hey, I like your system.
mhm.
Can you sell that to me, please? And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can, but I mean, I don't really. They're like, no, I really need you to sell it to me. I'm like, I mean, okay, I'll look into it. So
Yeah, what you do when you sell snapshots, what you want to do for sure is don't give your whole system because it'll be customized to you
of
so
course.
much anyway. And it'll be super, super complicated for some new person to sign up and then try to get everything onboarded and then understand how it all works.
Hmm.
So if you duplicate your system, simplify it to the max. So all they need to do, like they could literally like onboard themselves in just a matter of minutes.
Hmm.
So think about that.
Hmm.
And then it also gives other opportunities for them to say, Charles, okay, this is all working great, but here's what I need to automate now. And you already know what they need because
Right.
you've built out the whole system and then some.
It's
So it
speed to
gives you
lead.
opportunity for upsells and
Mhm.
coaching and just being able to help.
I mean, it's speed to lead. It's the speed to lead concept that they have in the um the recipes for workflows. It's the same thing. It's speed. You want to get that person moving as quickly as possible. You want to get them to whatever their goal is, whether it's a sale or a client or whatever they're using it for, whatever. You want to get them to that golden nugget as quickly as possible
Yeah.
with the least amount of friction.
Yeah, quick wins for sure.
Mhm.
Anthony, I saw your hand is up.
Yeah, when you go to do the onboarding stuff that you go to hand it out, what is it that you're including for your client in like, is there like a basic thing that you include that you want to give them on the onboarding? Is it like a video on how to set everything up? Is it a video and a snapshot? Like exactly what are you including in it?
I'll just show you our actual onboarding here so you can see. So in my onboarding, this is the exact process, right? So because we have clients and affiliates, there's two different types of onboarding. So if I go, let me go to categories here. So you can see we have the onboarding. Okay. Now we have onboarding for clients, and then we have onboarding for high-level agencies. All right. So you can see, like, for clients, I have an overview video showing them where they can get access to everything, how to customize their funnels. But of course, customizing the funnels means that they're just filling out custom values, and then how to create the products. And you want to definitely keep it like simple, simple and short videos. Like, don't do one long, like 3-hour video that's going to show, because it's helpful to people when you do it in like bite-sized chunks, so that you can say, okay, customize the funnels. Here's how you complete the custom values. And then they can check that off and move to the next phase. So then we have create products and connect funnels, connect website and email sending domain. Now, the reason I put these together is just because they already have the registrar pulled up, and they need to connect the website domain and the email sending domain. It's the same process, and it just makes it easy. After that, create the white label ads account, connect products to the workflows, set up the onboarding course, and then test, test, test. So that's for clients. Okay. I also have inside of my agency, if you go to onboarding, this is just a website page. So this is for clients only. Okay. So for my clients inside of my agency, and you also want to think about your customer and their experience level. So if you're a client in my agency, what we'll do is we get access to the domain registrar. So I have instructions to tell them how to do that. Okay. And then they fill out the form, right? So it's invite us to the registrar, fill out the form. This triggers my automations. It also gives me the information I need to be able to set up the account. And then we're just connecting domains, connect the client portal, connect the white label AI ads, and then connect the email sending domain. So that's what I do for clients. But also everyone has the ability to do their own onboarding. So we don't have to do any of that. It's optional. If I'm onboarding high-level agencies, obviously they need the snapshot to load into their own high-level account. So it's all really basically the same instructions, except this one, instead of giving an overview of my high-level agency, I show them how to set up their agency. And then I show them how to load the snapshot into their account. And of course, with that, I also provide the link to the snapshot. So then you can see also step 3, connect your Stripe account, step 4, create the products, and then so on. Does that help you kind of get a visual of
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Yeah.
What I like to do when I'm creating an onboarding like that, so typically we'll create a snapshot, right? And then when you create that snapshot, you want to load the snapshot into a brand new account. And then you just want to record yourself, maybe make a list. You may even have to go through it and make a manual list of all the things that you're doing, and then create a brand new account again, load the snapshot in there again. But this time you already have your list. So okay, well, I need to connect domains. And so that's going to be my first video. And this one, I need to maybe fill out the profile information. So that's going to be the next video. So as you're actually testing your snapshot to make sure that your instructions are right, you're actually recording it at the same time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to be efficient. We don't want to do multiple steps unless you have to. I mean, in testing and when you're building snapshots and things like that, you have to test. But especially like when you load it in that second time and you already have a list, like you've outlined the steps that you had to complete to get that set up. Now you have basically your onboarding is written, the course outline is written. And so you just need to test it, test the instructions, and test the funnel by setting it up. And then that's why you just want to record. And then now you have your onboarding course. Charles, you had another question?
Yeah, it's about snapshots. I was testing that, and I ended up doing it late at night. So there may be different reasons why I had problems. But I made a snapshot and I had it in a dummy account, and then I made some then I loaded into another account, and then I made some changes, And so I tried to reload the new snapshot into it, but I should have seen when you load it up, you know how you can skip things or there are conflicts. There should have been some conflicts, right? Like
Did you refresh the snapshot after you made the changes?
maybe that was what I missed.
Yeah, that's probably how, because when you have an account and you've created the snapshot, you can make changes to that account anytime that you want to, but the snapshot doesn't change until you manually update, which thank the Lord above, because I have really screwed up some snapshots. It was like, what did I just do? And so it doesn't change the snapshot though. It doesn't,
And
unless you go to it and then manually
and you
update.
need to keep that sub account that you've created for that snapshot.
Once the snapshot's created, you don't have to keep the sub account.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
But
just
then,
can load it in. Yeah,
yeah,
you
if
can
you
just
want
load it into something
have to
and then
load it
change it.
and
Okay.
then make the changes and then refresh this or create a new snapshot rather. And then
Oh, so if you keep it, then you can refresh the snapshot.
yeah.
If you okay.
Yeah, and I'll show you just in case anybody else doesn't know either. I'll show you where you can. So when you have like your snapshots here, if I made changes,
Mhm,
of course it would be in this sub account. So this is the
mhm,
name of the
mhm.
snapshot. That's the
Right.
sub account. So if I went into this sub account and I made changes to this and I wanted it to reflect in the snapshot, I would just click refresh
Mhm.
and then that would update it. And then if you do that and you have created a permanent link, you'll have to create another permanent link.
Because it'll be an old link.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Okay, cool.
Time has flown by, you guys. We haven't even spun the wheel yet.
Oh, what up, Terry?
Terry. Hey,
OG.
Terry. Well, Terry, go ahead and ask your question, and I'll go ahead and enter the names.
You on mute, bro. I can't hear you, Terry.
Terry, we can't hear you.
You. That's why. There we
Yeah.
go. You should hear me now.
Yeah, we hear you now.
Radio DJ.
So, so what happened with my solo program? I don't know, probably got about 40 people in there now, and I got them all in their own sub accounts. So I've been going through and redoing their stuff, and when I refresh the snapshot, and then I push the new version to their accounts, it knocks out the old stuff without, so I'm only adding one thing. Like say if it's one website I'm doing, I'm not changing, I'm only electing that one website, nothing else. But when I do that push, it takes their names and they have to go back in and reset it. Have you ever had that? Well, I don't know because now I got multiple sub accounts.
So when you loaded that, did it say that there were conflicts?
No. Well, just with that one, because instead of me resetting, when I do an update, I don't need to push everything, just the update.
Updates can definitely be tricky. So if you want to add like a website or a new version of the website, the best thing to do is add it to your template store or your template, like the main place where you add templates. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
That's
they could just upload it
yes.
and they'll transfer their information over?
Well, it will load the template, like they'll go to, like, let's say that it's a funnel template that you want to add. When you add that to like the main templates of your agency, they can just go to like funnel templates and then choose that one and then import it in their account. And then they won't like override if let's say that they're working on a version of it and then you add a new version, it won't override what they were already doing. And then they can also choose, because when I first started with HighLevel, I had all these templates I had purchased because HighLevel didn't have templates at the time. And I was like, we need templates. So I purchased all these templates and then I loaded them all into the accounts. But then what happened is everybody had like hundreds of templates in their accounts. And then you know how it is, it gets super confusing. which one
Yeah.
was I working on and whatever. So it really is best if you want to add those resources like that to add it to the actual templates. And then you can just tell them, hey, we just added a new template if you're interested. And then the people who want it can, and the people who don't have to add that to their account.
Because I got custom values on everything, which makes my life a lot easier for everyone. Who I didn't master custom
Facts.
value. I'll be like, can we make a? I found out custom values do not work for URLs though.
They do. They work for you.
Well, my custom value, their website wasn't showing. So when they put their name, the way I had it set up, when they put their name, their last name, I had it connected to the URL, so it'll be the subdomain, and they was getting a 404, and I'm like, So after a week of pulling hair out, I figured it out on how to fix that. But I had put it in. I need to. Well, that's a whole nother. I'll do it next Friday because I went in doing it manual. So when we get a new person on board, it does majority of that, and then I physically do the URL because it gives their website a 404. I haven't figured it out yet.
Process to see like what's causing, because you definitely can't. Like one cool way that I've seen people, like let's say for like high level affiliates, let's say you have a button and all high level affiliate links start with HTTPS, colon, gohighlevel.com /? And equals, I think, and then you have the code. So what people will do sometimes is use like the code as a custom value, and then in the button, they go to website URL, add that link, the first part of the link, and then the code is the custom value. So it actually updates that whole link there, the whole button with a partial website URL and then the custom value info.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's been a process. It's been exciting going through this part of that, the testing part. Because now when our sub accounts, when they create a lead or whatever in their system, I got it with their copy to contact when we was talking. Oh, it just automatically, I'd be like, ooh, this is a beautiful thing when it works.
I know it's so cool because I know you get excited about automations too, but it's so cool once you learn high level and you're working your business and you do have those moments when you're like, I can't believe we can actually do this. This is so awesome. It's going to save me so much time.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm in the process of building my whole office over in podcast. So really excited. I'm gonna show you guys once it's done.
Cool. I'm excited to see. I do want to call out the names and make sure that I didn't miss anyone though. Okay. So if I do not call your name, please, please, please let me know. And you do have to be in the meeting, but you guys know, whoever's new or if you're watching, all of the members who join us every Friday, you will get your name put on the wheel here, and we're going to spin the wheel, and whoever wins will receive a free consultation with me. So I'm going to go ahead and call out the names. Make sure if you are in the Zoom meeting that I do call out your name. Terry, Charles, Anthony, Janai, Manolo, and Ray. Did I miss anyone? Going once, going twice. I put a capital E in Janai's name, and I'm so like OCD, it's going to drive me nuts here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel.
Stop. Reverse.
With the steal. With the steal. Interception.
Nice one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Send me the link. I'm gonna need that. Give me that. Thank you.
Good job, Charles.
Took it from you, Ray.
Took it from Terry.
I know, right?
And look, Maria's still the champ, so I don't.
I know.
She got the most rings, so I don't.
I wish that I had started like right now when I do the private consultations, when I add a tag that says free private consultation,
Uh-huh.
I have just to let you guys know my geeky automations that I have. So every time you guys win, I add a tag to your profile. It says free private consultation. And every time I add that, it updates a custom field in your profile with a number. So it'll add one every time. And then every time I mark you as showed for the consultation, it subtracts a number
Right.
from there so that I can always see like
Okay.
the number.
Oh, so you do the math.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure does that.
that just gave me a
I knew if I told you, you guys would
uh,
think I do.
no, because I got some private and I gave him so many hours, right? So I
Yeah.
did a book of, you want me to sit with you, it's gonna cost. So then
Yeah.
I allocate how many hours, and I've been doing it manually.
Not anymore.
Not
But that's
anymore.
so important, Terry, because you did the right thing. You did it manually.
Yep.
Now you figured out a way to automate it. Now you already have the process and all of that. Now it's just going to be simple for you to build the automation part.
Thank you.
Yeah.